Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, Inner Sanctuary. Today, this is actually my first video, so I'll just name all of my parts that are coming up. The one that's worried about the clunkiness, the one that wants to have it right and performative. There's the one that's like, ooh, how are we gonna figure out all the timestamps and the editing and all that? And then there's the one that's really excited to be here with the intention to help and support and to be of service to anyone that is meant to receive this. And I'm choosing to lead from that place. And so I'm recognizing that all of those parts are there. And then I'm also choosing that I'm okay and I am safe in this moment to be here with you all. So this is Violet. You'll see her often in the videos as she likes to be with me and likes to be a part of the practice. So my name is An. I am a somatic practitioner. I'm located in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm also a sound healer. So if you ever find yourself in the city, I teach at Aloe Yoga Studios. It's right on top of the top floor of the Aloe store. And that's in Georgetown. So if you ever find yourself there in the area and you would like to receive some somatic sound healing, or you'd like to meditate and receive a sound bath, you could find me there. And you can go on the Aloe Studios app to book. So, all right, so what really brought me here is somatic practices and just how important they are to support our life, right? Whether we're moving through some deeper layers of trauma, maybe it's grief, maybe it's childhood wounds, but also a new season of life. So that's where I find myself right now. And this is not like a, I've done the trauma healing, I'm done. No, it's a layer. But what I am noticing now is that I'm in a new season of life where I've recognized what my old patterns are, and I'm in this new season where I get to choose now what I want to do. And with that new choosing, this new pattern, there's a bit of an unknown. And I would say as a society, we're not used to the unknown, especially with all of the beautiful apps and all the things that are supporting us and being resourced. And I'll just use Waze or a hiking trail or map as an example, because I like to hike. And so we know what the trail is, right? We know where we're going so we don't get lost, so we don't get lost in the dark and something doesn't happen with the animals. Or we can look at the different map apps like Google Maps or Waze, and we always know where to go, what route to take, if there's traffic, if there's police, things like that. And so the level of unknown is a little bit less. And so I would say, become accustomed to it, myself included. And so what I have found in my practice, my daily practice, is that the somatic practices help me, one, to stay regulated and to build a capacity to move different layers of my life. And oftentimes we see somatic practices primarily in relation to trauma support. And so I'm really opening this up to allowing these practices to be a resource for all aspects of our life, because our nervous system doesn't necessarily know the difference between an actual threat and not really a threat, right? It responds similarly. So it's our job to create safety within ourselves, to remember that we're okay in having new experiences, to feel the feelings of the, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Really being with that, and then knowing that we can help ourselves come right back. So that feels like the most important thing for me to share in this moment. And so I'm going to be offering these practices. There's no particular rhythm, there's no right or wrong, so I want to go ahead and just name that. And also to let you know, I can be your guide, and you can do this with me as often and as many times as you'd like. And sometimes it's nice to be guided. I love to be guided. But what's really great is you wake up in the morning And then what happens is you start to get attuned to what supports you in that moment. So whether that's first thing in the morning, as I was saying, or something throughout the day, you start to build this relationship with your body, and your body's going to say, oh, this is going to be really supportive if we do this move, right? And ultimately what we're doing is we're creating presence within ourselves to take that moment to do the practice, and we're also creating space. And so a lot of the practices, not a lot, but focus on the spine, because our energy runs up and down our spine. And so we want that energy, right? Like, think about like if everything is just trapped there isn't going to be a lot of mobility. So it's just another perspective to offer. And if at any point, at any time, any of the practices don't feel good for you, it's not what your body wants to do in this moment, skip it, but allow yourself to be curious. Be like, oh, why don't I want to move in this particular way at this moment? And let that be okay. Let yourself be compassionate with exactly where you are. If emotions start to arise and as you start to create more space and things start to get more unlocked, you have these practices to support you, right? You can recognize, be like, oh, this is coming up for me because I have more space now. I have the capacity to hold it. I think, yeah, okay. So we're gonna start now with my sweet violet. And so we're gonna start with orienting to where we are. And this practice lets our nervous system know that where we are in our environment, we are safe, right? There's an absence of threat. And so just inviting you to do a gentle scan of wherever you are. And even if you were outside in like a busy park, you could do the exact same thing. Just noticing everything that is around you. Or maybe you're not in a park. Maybe you're in like a busy city. And so this just lets you know that you're safe. You might start to notice as you start to gently scan, your body might start to shift. You might start to slow down a bit. And the ability to sink in a little bit deeper in my seat has become available for me. And now I'm leaning back against my chair. And as you gently scan, notice 3 things. Notice a color. Notice a texture. Notice any sounds. And then just landing on a center focal point. And just allowing yourself to take that in. And if it feels comfortable now, you can gently close your eyes, or you can lower your gaze and soften your focus. So just noticing the breath. As it moves in and out of your body. Noticing where the breath is going within the body and the cadence of your breath. Just allowing yourself to witness. Remembering there's no right or wrong. It just is. So noticing the perimeter of your body. Noticing the distribution of your weight. And would it feel good to sink a little bit deeper into your seat, into your hips, to your sit bones? Allowing your chest and your belly to relax. Noticing your feet. So if you're seated like I am, maybe just like feeling the surface beneath you. If you're seated in a chair, just feeling the soles of your feet on whatever surface that you're on. And as you do this, you may start to notice that the shift in energy just lets the body know there's more space here. There's more space available. Sometimes it's sort of located at the top end, or maybe even located in the chest. And so we're just letting the body know that we have so much space. And you may notice that I'm doing a lot of exhaling. I'm letting my body hear me breathe. And you might feel like you're naturally already doing that, as you start to sink deeper. And also noticing how your body responds as it hears you breathe, as it hears you exhale. So allowing your pelvic floor to just fully relax, your glutes. And we're just providing presence right now. Beautiful. Now you can gently open your eyes. Hold a soft focus if you can, and just allowing yourself to still stay with your body. And I'm going to invite you to stretch your arms out to your sides and just stretching middle finger to middle finger. You can then tune into what feels good. Maybe you rest here for a little while. Just feeling your wingspan. And this kind of lets the chest know, ooh, we got a lot of space. And now flip your wrists up. Pretend that you have walls on either side of you. And we're gonna take a breath in, and when we exhale, we're gonna push against the walls and really feel the stretch from your middle finger to your middle finger, and allow your middle finger to move towards you, and do this as comfortably as you can. Right? You don't wanna overdo it, you don't wanna hurt yourself. So take a breath in and push. Take a breath in and push. Another breath in and push. Whew. And shake out your arms, shake out your wrists. Just take a moment here and notice how that feels. Notice how the body responds. I just feel so much more extra space in my center chest. And now we're going to do some spinal twists here. So just choosing a side that you'd like to start on, allowing yourself to anchor your hips. So we don't want to tilt over, we want to keep our hips down. And just gently twist. Staying in contact with your spine here. And I can even feel myself starting to lift off my hip. So I'm going to slide down my seat a bit. And then switch, ensuring that you're really staying with your spine here. Just noticing the space that opens up. Switch, we'll do it again. Switch sides. Okay, just check in, notice how you feel. If you notice that you were yawning, that was just your body releasing any excess energy, creating more space. Ooh, yeah, my spine feels awesome. So next one we'll do is a seated cat-cow. So you're gonna inhale, you're gonna lift your chin up, arch your back, and you're gonna exhale, you're gonna round your back. And again, just staying with your spine. then just doing that as many times as you need. We'll do one more time. Checking in, noticing how that feels. Noticing the spine, maybe even noticing your throat, your neck. Now doing some hip circles. Ooh, yeah. Just allowing yourself to really, I like to visualize like a jar of peanut butter or something like that. And I'm just like scraping it all out. You could also think of this as like a seated barrel roll. And just make sure you balance it out and do both sides. My leg is falling asleep. And now just checking in. Notice how your body feels. Now let's do some neck support. So turning your neck, facing whichever direction feels good for you, left or right. Switch sides. Come to center, check in quickly. Let's do it again. Switch sides. Back to center. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, just checking in, noticing how the body feels. And it's really important as you do these practices to really be with it. Sometimes we're just like, oh, I'm just gonna stretch, but we're not really with it, right? We wanna like really intentionally be with our body as we do this. Let's do some neck rolls, starting in any direction that feels good for you. And then just make sure that you balance it out. Check in with yourself. Notice how you feel. And what actually feels good right now is actually to make some sound. And so the sound ah, that connects us to our heart center and also opens up this space. And so what we'll do is we'll inhale, and on the exhale, we will make the sound ah. So So take a breath in. Just make sure as you're doing that, like you feel the sound really like coming into your heart space and out through your heart space. So let's do it again. Let's take a breath in. Really feel the vibration in your body. We'll do one last one. Take a breath in. It doesn't matter what it sounds like. It just matters to you what it feels like. You know, I once taught a class where a couple of students thought it was really funny because they had never done any kind of sound work before, and so the vibrations that they were feeling in their body, it made them laugh, it made them giggle. So if that's present for you too, like if this is completely new for you, let that be there too. Let yourself giggle, let yourself have fun with this. You don't have to, doesn't have to be serious. Let's see. I think what we'll conclude with is a containment practice. So you can take one hand, place it right under your underarm, right against your ribs, and then one hand on your chest. You can put it here if that's comfortable. You can put it up a little bit higher towards your neck. I don't know if you can see. Again, come back into your spine, lean back, sit into your seat bones. And just feel the presence of your hands on your body. And just be here and receive. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm hungry. And just notice that any distracting things, parts come in. Maybe you have a little pet as well that is in the background. Just let it be with you in your practice. Again, just letting go of any form of perfection. Sometimes that's what keeps us from our practice, thinking that it needs to be perfect. It doesn't. And so you can pause this video and stay here for as long as feels good for you. If not, we can move on to the next practice. And so this is what's called butterfly tapping. You can place your arms across your chest. Okay, just notice it. Just feel the presence again on your chest. And we're gonna gently tap here, one at a time. You can keep your eyes open or you can keep your eyes closed. You can lower your gaze and soften your focus. And just allow yourself to receive the tapping. Remembering going to sit back, feel that support. Noticing the rhythm, noticing the rhythm of your tapping. Maybe initially when you start, you're kind of going a little bit fast, and maybe that is some intel for you. And then can you intentionally slow it down? And again, pausing if you'd like to stay here for as long as you need. And you'll start to notice your body start to really sink in, start to drop. And you can shake it out. We'll do one last one. Interlocking your fingers, actually a couple more. Placing them on top of your head, again, staying in your seat, leaned back, and feeling this cushion on your head, feeling this support. Just allowing yourself to make any sounds that feel good too. And again, staying here as long as you need. And then gently releasing your arms. And we'll do a little, I like to call it a little brain hold. So we're going to place our hand right on top of our forehead and one right at the bottom of our, right above our neck, the bottom of our head. Just gently squeeze here. Just receive this little pressure. Notice how your head feels to receive this. And again, doing that as long as you need. Gently releasing your hands, your arms. Check in, notice how you feel. And then we'll do a vagus nerve support. This is what we'll close with. That's what feels good today. So you can go like this with your fingers. You're just gonna tuck your ear right in between them. And you can just rub like this. Just making sure that you're rubbing along the back side of your ear and you're coming down. All right, and we're gonna do that on both sides. So go like this, or yeah, like this. You're just gonna gently rub. You could come all the way down. Just really allowing yourself to be with this and notice how your body starts to respond. Remember to sit back. Even if this was the only thing that you did, it would be very supportive. If you're like, whether you're working from home or you're working in an office, you just have a moment. Not just have a moment, take a moment. hands when you feel ready, or you can pause. Just notice how you feel. Wow, that was so delicious. That felt so good to end in that way. I feel like there are so many more practices. I will likely create another video where I'll include acupressure points as well that can support, but this is already becoming a very long video and I want this to feel really supportive. And so as you begin to work with these practices, these simple exercises, you can start to create your own routine. Your body's gonna be like, I want this, I need this, and it's going to allow you to always attune to that moment, to your experience. So I'll just use myself for an example right now. I'm creating new patterns in my life, and I am resourcing myself in creating those new patterns. The fear is still there. There are still thoughts of like wanting to be perfect, wanting to have it right, wanting to know all of the steps. But Joseph Campbell said, if you know your path ahead, you're likely on someone else's. And I'm paraphrasing it, but that's essentially what he said. So think of it that way. Like, are you meant to follow the known path, or are you meant to create your own? And you can always take the path that was created and that was written, and you get to rework it and make it your own. And so that's one aspect of how we can use these practices. Another is resourcing yourself through healing, through trauma, whether it's like a little T or a big T. These practices are going to be really instrumental in your journey. And if you have difficulty being on your journey, find someone that you align with that can support you. Whether it's me or whether it's somebody else that's, in your eye line, in your field, someone that you really resonate with and that can hold you, right? A big part of this journey is being able to be held and met exactly where we are, and to like follow that thread wherever it goes. It's always going to be different, right? We're always showing up differently. All right, my beautiful friends, thank you for being here with me. If you have questions or comments, feel free to leave comments. Feel free to send me an email. You can also find me on Instagram. You can send me a DM. I will link everything below, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful to be here with you, and to be here and to be a part of your journey. And I love hearing about your journey. So if you feel open, if you feel safe to do so, I would love to receive you. So wishing you all a beautiful, beautiful journey.